Welcome to the Snake Pit.
Alright, so Pop's Quest wants to see our Mosin Nagants, and you know what? When Pop's Quest asks you to do something, it's really up to you if you're going to do it or not. But it's been, I think, about 3 years since I brought out my Mosin Nagants, and hey, great opportunity to do it. And more importantly, are these things even worth the money nowadays? So, right out the gate, let's just go off with the top one here. Now this one is a hex, and I never fully cleaned the cosmoline out of this one. We'll start up here, a little flyby action. Wood is pretty nice on it. The only thing I did was just kind of wipe it down. You might be able to see some of the cosmoline in there. Now you can see the bolt there. It has some finish issues, which I might be able to clean off somehow by some method. This one, 1933. There's the Tula star with the arrow. I think I got this one for around 125 bucks about 4 or 5 years ago, back when you could still get them pretty cheap. Then we move on down to these two. We'll save the sporized one for last. But this is a round Mosin here, round receiver. Let's see, this one, 1942. It's very hard to see that on camera. Now this one has the, I don't pronounce it right, so it was made in that IZ factory, so I'll call it the IZ. That's like the first two letters of the name. Wood's pretty good on here. There's no real cracks in it, nothing like that. It's got the typical wear that you would expect. Rifle this age, and it is, fairly smooth. This one I have fired many times. It's been a while. That one I got $89, big 5, probably 5-6 years ago. And like the following year, I don't remember which one I bought first. Following year, I got another one, another $89 deal. I think they were doing that for Black Friday. They used to do that every Black Friday, and you just don't see that anymore, at least not in my area. So I did sporterize one. It is a round receiver, and this one, 1939. It does have the Tula markings. And I am actually thinking I am going to return it to its original furniture. Yeah. So this is a Archangel stock, and I never have been super enthused with it. I had to do a lot of work. And I have old videos 4 or 5 years ago doing the work to get this thing functioning correctly. It had magazine issues, and then it had an issue. The main issue was the disconnector didn't have enough space in there, so I had to get in there and Dremel out some of the material on the Archangel stock to allow the disconnector to move across. And then here's the magazines that you can get for it. And this magazine actually has an issue now. It's a little too puffed out, so the rounds, you can shake them out. So that's why I don't like it. You know, I never did see if they improved their magazines. This one was actually, to be fair, this one was too tight, and I went on their website, they said do this method and it'll widen it up. I did that method and it widened it up too much, and I never have tried to return it back to where it should be a little bit tighter, and I think that would actually solve that, or just get some new magazines. I got this first generation when it first came out, but I think I may return it to its original form. You know, was using this to, you know, as a part of a bookshelf to hold it up, but I don't have that bookshelf anymore, so now I got this extra Mosin furniture. Maybe I'll just put it back in place. What do y'all think? I kind of like this one because it's a darker wood compared to these two. So I'll have to round up. I think I have all the bits and pieces. I know I have to round it up and see what I can do. Get it back in there, because I don't want to mess around with. You know, the whole idea behind this was these magazines, and it gave me problems the whole way through, and I had to fight with it to get it to run. And then I wind up, it runs okay now, but the magazines that I have, they shake the bullets out. So it's not so bad once it's installed, you know. Shoot, I don't even know if I've ever tried shaking them out this way. Nope. So that's actually fine. It probably holds the magazine a little tighter, like it should be once it's in there, because they're pretty snug. So that's probably what's happening there. So it's probably just a magazine issue now. I don't know. There's my Mosins. Get on over to Pop's Quest and tell them the Real Cobra Burnout sent you. And oh, by the way, you know, down in the comment section below, let me know what these Mosin Nagants are going for in your area. They're kind of dried up in my area. I don't see them as commonly. So let me know what the prices are out there. Are these even worth buying anymore? Let me know your opinions down below. Also, go check out, since we're talking about Mosins, go check out the Mosin Nagant channel. Tell them you want to see some more vids. Yeah, I've been putting out a lot of vids lately. Don't want him giving up on YouTube. So that's always a good channel. Go check him out. Tell him the Real Cobra Burnout sent you. Boom.